And welcome back, Mushroom and Toad here. And in the video today, I have coded into Minecraft using command blocks a suggestion that was put down in the comment section by Kdot, and that is the comment that's on screen now. A tree-consuming fungi that slowly grows over the tree, killing the tree, and I'm doing this from memory. So, yeah, it slowly goes over the tree and kills the tree, and that's the idea behind this fungi. And I thought, wow, that's a really awesome concept. And it was kind of interesting to implement, and before I show you how it works, and I will walk through it step by step for those of you who are into command blocking, but first I just want to demonstrate it. And by the way, good time to point out right now, if you have a command idea, something interesting you could do in Minecraft, you know, something like this is really neat idea here. So if you have any ideas for something you'd like to see done in Minecraft, please let me know down in the comments section. Like, these are really fun, you know? A neat idea like this, and I'm just going to demonstrate exactly how it works now. First of all, we're going to get ourselves a red mushroom. You know, any old red mushroom will do. You know, just go out somewhere, pick a red mushroom, and then you're going to have to set up this this corruption altar, right? Because if I just you know, throw down a mushroom on a tree, that's not going to do anything, right? You're going to accomplish nothing. No, you have to make it the kind of mushroom that really destroys trees. And to do that, you need to use a little bit of magic by setting up a table like this. Then to walk up, we're going to take this mushroom and we're going to drop it on the table. And as you can see, there's some kind of horrific magic happening. And if we go back up to it and pick up our mushroom, it is now the all-consuming fungus. Now we're going to take this all-consuming fungus, and I'm just going to duplicate it quickly. And we are going to drop it onto the tree. And as you can see, well, now there's a mushroom on the tree. And hey, it's beginning to spread already. And so, this mushroom will slowly spread, and you'll see here in, it's 500 ticks, and I can't quick math right now to remember how long that is in real time. But it slowly spreads over the entire tree, and you'll see here in just a moment, it should, hopefully, consume a bit of the tree. So there you go. And as you can see, it's actually spreading very, very quickly over the tree. So what I'm going to do right now is make a quick time lapse of this so you can watch this, you know, in high speed, and I will be back to you once this tree has been entirely consumed. Alright, so it looks like the thing is winding down now, so I'm just going to, fly around to the back. You see, the tree is now basically entirely leafless. Like, I obviously planted a row of them just so you could see the fungus spreading in a bit of a better way. And one other thing I'm just going to do here really quick, just for a really brief demonstration, is we are going to grab one of each of the saplings just to demonstrate that it works on every kind of tree. It's not just the oak tree, you know, you can do it with every tree. This fungus isn't specific. Poof! By the magic of editing, we are at a point now where I have all of the trees planted in front of me, and apparently 2 jungle trees because I forgot I did it twice. So, if we just quickly throw down the all-consuming fungi, you'll see it slowly begins to dismantle these trees too. You can see it's already spread to the acacia one, and it will eventually work its way over to these over here. I'll just start another one over there. You can see it likes to jump trees. This is the dark oak one, so it'll consume that one too. It'll take out all of the trees and just slowly consume them all. And it's going to leave behind the wood, of course, because you want that dead tree effect. You can kind of see it here with, there was only one large oak in all of these. And you see, it's got that dead tree effect going, which is kind of what we were going for to begin with. So, yeah, I'm really happy with the way this turned out looking. Alright, so one other thing I just want to note, while it's spreading over and slowly taking over, if you break the mushroom block, you'll hear an explosion from above, and it'll just clear the mushroom, so there's nothing left to worry about there. So you can kill the mushrooms just by breaking them. And that is what I've got for this video, so if you enjoyed it, do make sure you leave a like on it if you think this is neat. If you got your own idea for something I can make in Minecraft, please don't hesitate to let me know down in the comments section, because these kinds of things are fun. I really enjoyed working on this project. In fact, I enjoyed it so much that there's going to be a second part to this. While I was working on it, there was a single command block that I had wrong, as there usually is in these things, and it created one of the most interesting glitches I have ever seen. So, if you want to see that, make sure you join me on Monday for the part 2 of this, where I'll be covering one of the neatest glitches I've ever seen with my Minecraft commanding. And in order to make sure you understand it, you might want to watch through at least the ending bit of when I explain what's going on with the whole machine. It'll probably make a little more sense to you. But of course, if that's not for you, then I'll see you in the next one. But for those of you who are interested in seeing the machine itself, it's over here in a big pile of fungus, which there's quite the story here, but again, that's for Monday. This is the machine that does it, so it is kind of a large machine, so I'll be breaking it down into parts, and hopefully you'll be able to see some of the tricks I use. Maybe it'll help you with your own command blocking. That is the goal here. So, I've started a new clip on my recording software, and let's get right into this. So the first thing we're going to do is a command that looks like this. This is the part that absolutely everything is based around. It's this execute as @e type equals item nbt, and then that just says a red mushroom and only in stacks of 1, and then it's going to run a command. And that command is execute as @s if the block right on it is an enchanting table, because of course the enchanting table doesn't take up a full block, so you can get away with, or you're gonna have to say the block it's in, not the block beneath it. And if that's the enchanting table, and if it's got the redstone torch on it. So this is specifically for the red mushroom creation, and then it's going to just run the particle with the smoke on it. The whole thing I want to point out is this bit here. You're going to go execute as and specify the entity, then you're going to run as @ and then some selectors before running the actual command. That is super, super important for separation. If I don't have that, then this red mushroom would also trigger it, or it would cause this one not to work, right? So you have to have that done very, very specifically, or you're going to get some very, very weird behavior happening, right? And you don't want weird behavior in your Minecraft contraption. The keen-eyed among you are going to notice that there was, in fact, a glitch with it where this one here actually ended up creating the mushroom, and that is because I didn't specify that I only wanted the nearest mushroom to be modified. I just said any item can be modified. Oh, yeah, there's our problem. I have 2 commands to do it. So, that's just one of those little things. You always have to be very careful. The littlest difference in syntax will make all the difference. Now, you'll see this mushroom over here is entirely unaffected, which is, of course, the goal. So, you gotta be careful of tiniest little things like that, just to make sure the game knows what you're talking about, right? Gotta be very specific with it. So to carry on explaining this second command just does the particles in the other direction. So you got X and Z axis particles. See, I got it going both ways there. Makes a kind of flame effect. Looks really neat. And then this one here just does the exact same setup on it. And you'll just end up with, and then at the end you just go data merge. Then to the item that you've selected already. And you'll just add the enchantment of sweeping. And that just gives it the glow effect, and it's an enchantment that doesn't make sense on a mushroom, so therefore evil. And then this one over here does the exact same thing with the data merge and all that, but just gives it a name. So that is what's going on with the first 4 command blocks. The next bit we're going to talk about oak, dark oak, acacia, birch, spruce, and jungle. These are all going to be the exact same thing. Starting off with the oak ones, we're going to have execute as @e type equals item, then nbt data, and it's got the display name all-consuming fungus. So what that's saying is you want to find any items that are the all-consuming fungus that we made on our enchanting altar. Then we're going to go into that part I told you was super important earlier, the execute as and @ bit. Then we're going to go, if the block beneath it is oak leaves, it's going to set block a red mushroom block. And here it's going to do dark oak leaves, so basically all the leaf types it's going to test for. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use that exact same detector once again. You gotta see if it's the all-consuming fungus, as @s, @s, test if it's still on the leaves, then it's going to summon the armor stand, and it's going to give it a tag all-consuming fungus, and then some other stuff that just makes the armor stand invisible. This armor stand is the part of it that's going to tell the game actually what's going on. Like, obviously, you can't do detections on a block. Blocks don't hold scoreboard values. You need entities for that, so I've got an invisible tiny little armor stand that you can't damage, you can't interact with at all. Just sitting there, making sure the mushroom is still there and ticking away. This final command block for each one of these is going to go and execute at our red mushroom item once again, and it's got to be the one that is the all-consuming fungus. As at s, at s, if the block is the leaves, so same detection, then it's just going to do kill at s. So that way, you're going to kill off the mushroom item after it's placed the mushroom block. That way you don't get, like, the item bouncing around, just placing blocks everywhere, because you don't want that. And then that is literally just duplicated for all of the leaf types. So that's why this whole bottom row exists, is just to cover leaf types. The next part of this has nothing to do with leaf types until this final little bit here. So, the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to detect at the armor stand with that tag. So that's the custom armor stand we summoned at every single mushroom block that we place down. And it's going to run execute at s, unless the block is a red mushroom block. So you're only going to run this if it's not on a red mushroom block. You're going to summon a lightning bolt above it. So that's going to give the explosion sound and all that. In fact, I'm going to change this right now directly to 255, so that way the lightning bolt spawns right at the top of the world so it doesn't cause problems, but you still get the explosion, and yeah, because you shouldn't be breaking these horribly, magically evil fungi, right? You're going to have explosions from that. And then, of course, it's just going to do the exact same detection and then kill the armor stand, because there's no longer a mushroom there, so we don't need it there detecting anything anymore. So the next thing we're going to need to do for this is we're going to have to add this scoreboard objective over here. It's just lifespan, it's a dummy objective, really basic command blocking there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go scoreboard player set at E, type equals armor stand, tag equals the all-consuming fungus, and if it has not got the tag of started. That's right, you can do this now where you've got two tags going and it'll detect both of them. That is so nice. Thank you so much for that, Mojang. Holy cow. And then you're going to set its lifespan score to 500, and then tag it with started, right? There's your tag command, tag it with started. That way you, it won't set it to 500 constantly, just the one time, and then from there, we do scoreboard players remove the armor stand 1, so that way it just gradually ticks down to 0. It'll stop at 0, because it'll only tick down if it's at least got a score of 1. Then, when the score reaches 0, you're going to execute at the armor stand and fill the area beneath it with air. That'll just get rid of the mushroom block and the leaf block. That way it can destroy the tree. And finally, you're just going to kill off the armor stand, so that way you don't get the lightning bolt. Instead, you're just going to kill off the armor stand because it was successful in destroying the leaf block as it was intended to do. This next bit is just going to be a few command blocks. You're going to execute at every armor stand with the tag all-consuming fungus and the score's lifespan of specifically 450. So when it hits 450, it'll summon an armor stand with these tags, one of them being new all-consuming fungus, and, you know, all those armor stand stuff. This one will do it when the score is 400, this one at 350, and so on, all the way down to 50. And that way you get a new mushroom tries to spawn in from every mushroom every 50 ticks, which is 2.5 seconds, assuming I did my quick math right. The next command is going to be a little bit of an interesting one if you're unfamiliar with it. This is one that I'm particularly unfamiliar with. I haven't used it, I don't think, ever before in a command block creation that's been completely finished, and I'm just going to demonstrate it for you. So we're going to do the execute at every armor stand with the tag all-consuming fungus, the as at s, then it's going to run a spread players command. So to do spread players, this part right here is the center, so we want to center it on the all-consuming fungus armor stand. This is the minimum radius of spread, so it's going to go at least 1 block away and no more than 3 blocks away. This part you just have to have. We don't care about teams for this. And then it's going to do it with every armor stand that has the tag of new all-consuming fungus and is a distance of less than 1 away. And remember, we spawn the new all-consuming armor stands on top of the old all-consuming fungus armor stands. So it'll always be within that distance of 1, but it'll only want to spread its own armor stand, so that way it doesn't interfere with other mushroom blocks nearby, so the spreading is handled correctly. Next thing is going to be leaf dependent once again. We're going to go execute as every armor stand with the tag new. So this is our new all-consuming fungi, and if the block is oak leaves, we're going to add the tag all-consuming fungus. We're going to do that for all the leaf types, right? There's acacia, there's jungle, and these last 3 command blocks. We're going to kill every armor stand that has the tag new all-consuming fungus, but not the tag all-consuming fungus. Our reason for doing this is, since they'll only have both tags, if they're on a leaf block, we can kill all the ones that aren't on leaf blocks, so we don't get fungus growing all over sandstone, right? We don't want that. Then we're going to go execute as every armor stand with both tags. Add at S, as at S. We're going to set block a red mushroom block at its position. Of course, it has to have the red mushroom block there or it'll be killed off by the rest of it, so this is just a necessary part of the contraption. And the final command is we're going to go tag everything that is a new all-consuming fungus and just remove the tag new all-consuming fungus, because that will cause problems if you don't. What kind of problems? Well, by looking around me, you can kind of get the idea. Join me Monday for a very oddly satisfying video where I go into a little bit more detail about what this glitch is. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure why it works the way it does, but it is hilariously awesome to watch. So stay tuned for that. But for now, that is going to be it for this video. It's going to be really fun to edit because I stumbled a lot of my way through that. But hopefully it looks good. Hopefully you learned a little something about commands from it. And yeah. If you have any ideas, once again, I'm just going to say, stick them in the comment section. I would be happy to check them out, and if it's something I find really interesting, I'm more than happy to do it. This is a hilariously good fun. You watch the fungus just slowly spread and take over a tree, That's a really, really neat concept, and thank you for giving that one to us, Kdot. This has been a really awesome thing to work on. I've rambled on long enough. This has been Mushroom Man Toad. I will see you in the next one.